The Abia chapter of the All Progressives Congress has dismissed reports that the Federal High Court issued an order compelling the Independent National Electoral Commission to investigate or prosecute the Minister of State for Labour and Employment, Nkeiruka Onyejeocha. The party's legal advisor, Vigilos Nwako, spoke here on a rise within the week and described the claims as politically motivated and aimed at discrediting the minister ahead of the 2027 general election. Nwako clarified that the court merely granted Amobi Ogah an order of leave, a procedural approval to apply for an order of mandamus, and not a substantive order directing INEC to act. During last Saturday's installment of the morning show, we spoke with a House guest, Valentin Ofia, who made additional comments on this matter. And joining us now for a right of reply to those comments, we are now being joined by Eze Chikamnayo, a former commissioner for information and strategy in Abia State and convener of Abia Best Interest Association. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the morning show.
Good morning, my dear. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Now, please, I'd like you to clarify the ex parte motion which was given on the 2nd of July. Are you saying that the judge has not ordered the respondent in the case, which is INEC, to investigate and prosecute the Minister of State for Labour for forgery of election results or any electoral malpractice?
Thank you, my dear. The truth is that just like the state legal advisor, Barrister Vigilos, had earlier said, the matter is not to the extent that was reported by the media. What the court did was just to grant the order for him to approach INEC with his processes. The court has not given an order to defer that INEC should take any action. And of course, Honorable Nkeiruka Onyejeocha is as clean as crystal. She is not INEC. She does not produce results. She does not have anything to do with results that are produced by INEC after elections at the various polling units. So I think Honorable Amobi Ogar was just playing to the gallery, you know. The major fact is that they said Honorable Amobi Ogar is battling for his political life. He actually swore to an affidavit. An affidavit, a very serious issue. Every lawyer knows what it means when you depose an affidavit. He deposed an affidavit accusing a judge of taking bribes. And that matter is before a competent court as we speak. And knowing that he's almost very close to having his day with justice, he decided to play to the gallery by dragging Honorable Nkeiruka Onyejeocha into his mess. Unfortunately, he can't succeed in doing that because, you see, the case he has is not an election issue. It's an issue of perjury, an issue of a man going under oath to say, you did this. And all that he's required to do is to come before the court with evidence that what he has alleged and what he has sworn to is a fact. And if it's not a fact, that means he has perjured the judge in question. And seeing himself getting into that serious challenge, he decided to drag down the Honorable Minister, but
sorry,
it's not
sir,
holding
can I
water in any way.
clarify something here? Because I think we're going a little bit off track here. Now, you said that it was an order of mandamus that was given. Doesn't that mean that there is a clear legal duty of INEC to act, that the court has found that INEC should, one, investigate and to prosecute the minister? Is that not the order signed? Because I'm reading, I have the CTC in front of me here, so I just want clarity on that.
What does the CTC that you have said?
Well, it says that an order of mandamus was granted. An order is hereby granted leave to the applicant to apply for an order of mandamus against the respondent, compelling the respondent to investigate and prosecute Nkeiruka Onyejeocha for the electoral offense of forging the election results of polling units within the Isukwato Umunochi Federal Constituency of Abia State, and then goes on to list the polling units in question. I'm asking you for clarity then.
Read,
that has the court found that INEC has a legal...
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
No. What you have read speaks for itself. I just listened carefully to what you read. Okay. What you said is that leave has been granted to him to apply. Leave has been granted to him to apply for an order of mandamus.
Okay.
That's not an order of mandamus. Leave has been granted to him to make an application. He's yet to make an application, talk less of talking of granting of order of mandamus.
All right, is it?
So it's clear, just the way you read it.
It may not be as clear.
What you read is simply what the court said.
Okay, that's fine. But then talk to us very briefly. What is at the heart of this controversy? I know that you have tried to suggest that there is a struggle for political relevance on the part of those who are accusing the Honorable Minister. But then what is at the heart of it? Does it have anything to do with 2027 elections? Is the Honorable Minister Onyejeocha, Honorable Nkeiruka Onyejeocha, is she eyeing something that people are interested in, and therefore they may not want her to get there, either to return as Honorable Minister or to play a bigger role in Abia State? What is at the heart of this controversy?
Whereas I have no such liberty to speak for Honorable Nkeiruka Onyejeocha on what she may want to do next in her political career, I've told you earlier that they said publication and the way it was hyped out of the world, is malicious and is a desperate attempt by the said Honorable Amobi Ogah to drag as it were Honorable Nkeiruka Onyejeocha into his mess. He has an existing process that is going on in court, and to wit, where he clearly alleged by way of affidavit that a sitting judge had collected bribe, and because he saw himself going down, he's just trying to see how he can drag Onyejeocha down with him. It has nothing to do with Onyejeocha at all. And then having applied to the court, and the court said, okay, you have the leave to apply for order of mandamus. He has not even applied for order of mandamus. Then talking about what next for Honorable Onyejeocha, she is at liberty in this democracy to decide what to do next. But right now, everybody knows that she's doing a lot, and she's doing very well in the Ministry of Labor with her colleague who is the Minister of Labor. She's the Minister of State for Labor, and they've initiated the LIPS program, that has to do with employment, and she's driving it passionately, and she's refusing to be distracted. So I believe every Abian and then every Nigeria has been able to see through the small screen that's been erected by Honorable Amobi Ogah. He's just a drowning man trying to drag somebody along. It has nothing to do with Honorable Onyejeocha at all.
Now, I have two questions for you. One, you say that he's a drowning man and his issues have nothing to do with Honorable Onyejeocha. However, would you say that negates the issues that have been raised with regards to the case of forgery, and whether or not it does exist or not? His issues are his issues, but does that also negate those issues that have been raised? And are there any conversations that have arisen from it? You spoke about the order of mandamus. Now, this is not based on discretion. It's more like a compelling, it's an order that compels one to act on an issue, not based on their discretion, but based on an order. And he hasn't done this so far. Do you have any reasons as to why he hasn't done this? Maybe that could also lead to my initial question, which is the issue of forgery here, whether or not it does exist.
With due respect, my dear sister, you're jumping the gun. There is no issue of forgery yet. He has been granted leave to apply for an order of mandamus. Leave to apply for an order of mandamus. He has not applied for order of mandamus. It's when he applies for order of mandamus, then we'll see the details of what he's applying for. he went to the court and said, Mr. Court, I want to be given leave to apply for order of mandamus to compel INEC, the subject INEC. It has nothing to do with Onyejeocha, because Onyejeocha, even you, my dear sister, that's why you don't originate result. Even if you're a candidate of a political party, you don't go, initiating and originating results from all the polling units in your constituency. Onyejeocha has nothing to do with polling unit results. So we have not even come to that. When we come to that bridge, we'll cross it. As at this time, as we speak, he has been given leave to apply for order of mandamus. He is yet to apply for that order. That order has not even been heard by any competent court, talk less of being given. So this issue of forgery does not even arise, because it's when he applies for the order of mandamus and that order, is treated on its merit, granted or rejected, then we'll talk about the substance of the order. There's no order to discuss. There's no forgery against Onyejeocha as we speak. And there's even no forgery against INEC. He's just been given, Mr. Court, I want to apply, and say, go ahead and apply. He has not applied. So how can we jump the gun and begin to talk about forgery when there is nothing on the table yet?
Okay, well, we're just rounding up now, but before we round up, I want to ask you about some of the back and forth that we've seen between the governor of Abia State, Alex Otti, and the Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, as head of the Abia Best Interest Association. How do you feel about the back and forth between both statesmen, and also who do you believe would be in the best interest for Abia State, especially as we're looking towards the next gubernatorial elections?
Thank you very much, my sister. What is in the best interest of Abia is transparency and accountability. And what Honorable Benjamin Kalu asked for is, we know that a lot of money has gone down to the states, not just Abia, to every state. And we know that President Tinubu has done exceptionally well. He has done what Napoleon could not do. He has freed resources. And we know that because of these resources that President Tinubu has given to the states, a lot more is expected of the governors. And he said, let's do more, let's have more. And as we are doing that, let's have transparency and accountability. You cannot say a governor is doing very well based on slogans alone. You can only say a governor is doing very well when you put side by side the resources available to the governor and the deliverables that the governor is able to show to the people. So when the resources are not, pairing up, are not balancing with the deliverables, every citizen has the right to ask questions, not just in Abia, but across the nation. What we're having in the country today is that President Tinubu is doing so well, is doing so much, is going through a whole lot of criticism, a whole lot of stuff, just trying to make sure that resources are made available to the states and the local governments. Unfortunately, sadly, and tragically, the state governors are sitting on the opportunities that are being provided by President Tinubu. The local governments are being asphyxiated, and we're saying let the local governments breathe, let the local governments operate. And we had thought that Governor Alex Otti, being a member of the Labour Party and a member of a party headed by Peter Obi, who said, let's go and verify, we thought Alex Otti could have done differently. Unfortunately, in Abia, what we have today is that Alex Otti has mopped up the entire funds going to the local governments. He has made sure that the grassroots development is completely, grounded, and he has made it impossible for the local governments to operate and to breathe. And what Honorable Benjamin Kalu said is, please let the local governments breathe. Please let us have more development commensurate with the humongous amount of money that is coming into Abia State. Please let us have more transparency and accountability. And unfortunately, sadly, tragically, Governor Alex Otti is reacting in a manner that shows that he doesn't want to be accountable to the people of Abia State. He doesn't want transparency, and he doesn't want any Abian to as much as volunteer an opinion at all.
Okay, well, I'm sure.
So that's the issue. There is no personal. There is no personal issue between Honorable Benjamin Kalu and our dear Governor Alex Otti. But all we are saying, All I'm saying, all Ben Kalu is saying, every member of the Abia community, APC is saying is, Governor Adesotti, practice what you preach. You talked about probity and accountability. Today in Abia, we have over 80 billion naira spent on public schools and renovation of repair of schools, and we don't have even not even one smart school to show. We have health centers that are built on paper, 22 billion spent, and we can't see the thing. We have recreation centers. So when we are seeing this type of money being written away, and then there is nothing on the ground to show for all these billions that are being written away by the government of Abia State, we have every right to
can you hear me? Yes, thank you very much. We're fast spent for time. You said that we should let the people of Abia State breathe. We've heard our president say, let the poor breathe. I'm sure we're going to expect another right of reply for some of the statements you made today. But thank you for joining us.